Welcome to Chattin 88. If you're just tuning in, that's great. Every single week we have a guest, 'cause spending time with me is the best. Welcome to Chattin 88, everybody. My name is Curtis LaBelle, and we are live here, coming to you from the Vinyl Den in Red Deer, Alberta. Very exciting. And today we have a very amazing special guest. But before we get into that guest, we have a couple of things that I just want to chat about here in the world today. I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus. We have some screens blinking and catchy. I'm trying to just make sure that I see what's going on. But at any rate, we're going to keep going because we still have the live feed. So today, I'm very happy to say that I've been talking about the Ross Street patio a couple of times here when we've been doing the show. And the patio that we have here now in Red Deer is moving on to a pilot project. So that's very exciting for us here in the city of Red Deer. Yay! Oh, that's really bassy. But hey, we just keep moving on. And what that means for us here, and I hope that other cities that have a patio on their streets somewhere, I know here in Sylvan, and I'm speaking local, we have these really cool places downtown where we can have many things like the arts that's been saving our city here, and our businesses downtown Red Deer has been able to have the arts on this patio. And so now we have this pilot project that we can keep going on for the winter. So that's very exciting. What we're going to do with it, I'm unsure, but all the businesses are getting together and the city, and we're going to make sure that we can keep offering some great opportunities for the city and families to come on down to the Ross Street patio here in Red Deer, Alberta. It's very exciting. I'm not any sort of Western hick, but you know what? It's oil country, so it's going to be a lot of talking like this. At any rate, moving on, I wanted to quickly talk about the U.S. election. Good luck, and that's about the end of that. Ross Street patio, very exciting. If you have any idea, whether you're from this city, or if you have a patio in your area with entertainment on it, or anything that the families and friends can come out and enjoy, send us an email and let us know what you think we could possibly suggest to do here on our patio. Give us an email at chattin88@8. That's we'll have that in the pop up maybe if we can. Chattin88@8 at gmail.com, and let us know your thoughts and what ideas you possibly would be suggesting that we could put on our patio. And we'll share our ideas as well, and we'll keep the community growing for everybody across the country. Let us know what you think we should do. We are moving on to On This Day. Still have a lot of bass happening here. We'll fix that later. On this day, first of all, I do want to give a little moment of silence and homage to Billy Joe Schaefer, who was an American Texas country music singer-songwriter who was 81 years and unfortunately left us today. And we will just take a moment of silence for him, as we like to do for all of our amazing artists. All right. Thank you, Billy, for all of your amazing contributions of your craft and your music in our world. I'm sure we are all very happy for that. Moving on to other notes. On this day, I will put on my spectacles and we will see what is in the music industry today. 1956, Elvis made his second appearance on U.S. television's The Ed Sullivan Show. That's pretty exciting. Elvis. On this day, 1958, Buddy Holly appeared on Dick Clark, American Bandstand. On this day, 1962, the Beatles' first gig at the Empire in Liverpool. That sounds fun. One day I will play at the Empire. Yes, the Liverpool Won't be 1962 though. Could be 2062. I might not be here. I don't know. On this day, 1972, the U.S. Council, I can't even read my own writing. The U.S. Council for World Affairs announced it was adopting, this one is for our owner here at the Vinyl Den. The U.S. Council for World Affairs announced it was adopting the Who song, Join Together, as its official theme tune. If you don't know that, well, now you know. On this day, thank you for tuning in today. That's what's called on this day. All right. Moving on from this day is the following card. Couple things. We still have Halloween coming around. Last week I talked about making sure, there's a couple suggestions out there. So I want to know what you have for your suggestions. We do have a couple of them coming in. A lot of people are putting that PVC piping on the end of their stairwell so that they can shoot their candy down to the kids if you're going out. And if you are going out, please make sure that you are safe. And if it is snowing, please make sure that you are wearing your snowsuit as your costume. Not under your costume. Just wear a snowsuit and go as a child wearing a snowsuit. So be safe during Halloween. And also, please make sure that just specifically during COVID, we know that across the country, there are different health practices and standards that are being set from different provinces. I know that Saskatchewan is, speaking of Saskatchewan, our guest from for this evening is from Saskatchewan, and we're going to be moving on to him soon. Can I see that on the other side of the screen? No, I can't. Okay. So Saskatchewan has some different rules, and I know that there's different rules in Ontario and, of course, BC as well, and here in Alberta. So wherever you are, please make sure that if you are going out to attend a live show, do your part to help spread, if that's wearing a mask or hand sanitizing, whatever it is. And if you are an artist in the industry, please make sure that you are also doing your part. If you're wearing, if you have a plexiglass in front of you, great. We also have these little tiny socks. You can buy these. These are really, really cool. We have these little tiny, they're like little shower caps for your microphone. I wish I had one with me at the moment. Would you go grab one in my blue bag? There might be a package there. I'm not sure. But if we can find one backstage, we'll bring one out. They're really cool. There's 2 in a pack, and I'm sure you can probably buy them on Wish. I know we have another company here that is that has them for your disposal. If you are an artist singing at an open mic or anything, they're really neat. They're literally like little shower caps for your microphone. Do we have them? We do. I'm going to open one up so you guys can see what they are. This is really cool. All right. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So they come in a package of 2. I can't understand it. It's either Korean, Japanese writing or anything like that. But they come in a package of 2. They're really cool. And we'll open them up. So we will not reuse these. We'll use these today, or I'll keep them for myself. But there's 2 different colors, and they are they're really neat. I thought they were really cool. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to be very careful because it's going to be loud, but I'll take that off. And then we'll use the yellow one today. So they're literally like little tiny shower caps. It won't fit over my head, but you take it and you put it just right over top of your microphone, just like that. And it's got a little shower cap, and then you sing into it, and then you can remove it. And then when the next person comes along, I'm putting these on my ears after. So you take the next person comes on and they take their little shower cap and away they go for your microphone. It's kind of fashionable. I wish they came in different colors, but there's your shower cap for your microphone. Pretty neat. Now we're putting them on my ears because they feel like they can. These are definitely not going to be resold. Resold. Can we do it? They're like little Spock ears? No. Okay, we won't go any further. It's kind of dumb. Anyway, get your 4-in shower cap for your microphone, and away you go. How is, do we have Zayd coming in the room there? Is he on the side? He is? Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring in our guest for tonight. Zayd is. I'm going to let this man introduce with this conversation that we're going to have with each other. But I met Zayd in the national competition of The Shot Remastered Season 8. He was a contestant in that. This gentleman is extremely talented in the heavy metal industry. I'm not very familiar with that demographic of music, but I know that I have become some decent friends with this gentleman, and I'm excited to learn more. So without further ado, please put your hands together and let's bring in Zayd. We're just going to wait and see what Zayd comes in. Does anybody have any jokes in the audience? No jokes in the audience? Okay. I guess silence is funny too, right? Vinyl Den. So the Vinyl Den is a great place here in Red Deer, Alberta. It's on Ross Street, where we have our home to Lady Lavender, Curtis LaBelle, myself, as a rock pianist here in Canada. And we also have local merchandise here. So please make sure that if you are in Red Deer, come on down to the Vinyl Den to take a look and see what we have from our different artists here in the local area and what they're offering to sell. And we also have a lot of other really great things here that Will, the owner, has put a lot of time and energy in with his friends for everything that's here. We have vintage everything pretty much. What I can say for the most part about other businesses here in Red Deer is one of the things that we really work together as a team and community is to help cross promote each other businesses. I know that we have just a couple things. We have the Artisan Market here in town right on Ross Street. We also have housewarmings. We have a lot of great food places such as Tribe, Taco Loft, Occam's Razor. We have the Capital Package Store, and we have the Cafe Picnic and City Roast. So there's a lot of really great places down here on Ross Street. So please make sure that when you're in town, not only stop by the Vinyl Den, but grab a sandwich or two so that you can eat while you shop. I think we have our guest in right now. So let's move over to welcoming Zayd one more time. Thank you so much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for Zayd. Look at this lovely logo. This man is amazing. Let's see if we can get some sound here from him.
Hello, hello.
Just going to get him to log in. We're going to see what happens here. Zayd?
Hey, can you see me?
Okay, I think we can see you. Check your mute, buddy. Thank you for your patience, folks. Again, technology is something that we are all kind of learning as we go, as we've been pushed into doing things this way due to COVID. Zayd, we're just still trying to get sound here. Can you hear me okay, Zayd?
Okay. I think I'm gonna keep this range here.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's less distorted for sure.
Okay. All right.
All right, my friend. Well, welcome to Chattin 88's at 8 with your host, moi. And we're welcoming you right from Saskatoon. Is that right?
Regina.
Regina, my bad. Sorry. I've never been to Regina. You know what? We have good sound on our side. We have good sound online. So let's just keep rolling and let's make the best of this. Zayd, welcome. And I just want to dive right in. You have been taking, you know what? I met you on The Shot a few months back. You were a contestant in that. And I have not stopped. We started doing a project together, and I have not stopped watching what you're doing in the music industry. And I think it's absolutely amazing. And I want to take this opportunity today to pick your brain, talk about some things that you've been doing in the industry so that we can teach other people, other artists, and those aspiring artists who are wanting to do such an amazing job with and take their music to a whole new level. But before we do that, let's just get a little bit about you and who you are. So where are you from? How old are you? And just tell us a little bit about music in your childhood between, from the beginning till about 10. Tell us about that.
Right. So, hey everyone out there. My name is Zayd. As Curtis said, I am a rock singer-songwriter from Saskatchewan. I hope this is better now. I'm trying to adjust as I go. Is it better, guys? Okay.
Great.
Yeah, so as I say, I'm a rock singer-songwriter. Just debuted in March 2020, which is literally 7 months ago. Prior to 7 months, before that, I used to be actually a guitarist. Like, if you guys can see this side, bunch of guitar on the back of me here. I used to be a guitar player all the time, and decided to move into singing and start my own project because I always enjoyed the songwriting process. So that's how I started my music. So, and as for like childhood music, like the songs that I have listened to, obviously I want to say like in the beginning will be like Guns N' Roses, Metallica, those kind of stuff. And if I go a little bit more further, it will be like Michael Jackson or George Michael, like those kind of stuff going on. So I got influence from lots of different places. It's not like that I jumped right into rock or metal or anything like that. There was a brief period of time that I wanted to do softer alternative reggae music. Like there was like times like that experimenting basically. But as for influence and everything, my music and everything that I do is heavily influenced by bands like Linkin Park or Breaking Benjamin or 3 Days Grace or Bring Me the Horizon. So these are the bands that kind of like is in kind of like in the same realm. So that's my inspiration, and that's how the whole journey started 7 months ago. And so far I only released 2 songs, and trust me, the release plan is laid out until 2022. So it's not like that I'm going away soon.
Great, because I'm going to pick your brain about a lot of things, but I just wanted to let's go a little bit further on you moving into being like, okay, I want to do music now as a career. And you said you've released 2 songs, and you've only released 2 songs, correct?
Yep, okay. Only 2 songs.
And these 2 songs that you've released, unbeknownst to you, because of how much work that you've done, which we'll talk about after.
Yeah.
I am blown away at the views that you are in, hundreds of thousands of views, with the amount of with the perseverance and with the knowledge that you have. Talking about that in a bit, let's talk about a little bit of your creative process whenever it comes to writing music. Now, since you've only written 2 songs that are published and produced and distributed, you have way more songs than that you've been writing. So take us through your creative process, Zayd. Again, the age-old question, is it song or lyrics first, music lyrics, whichever it is, and cliche as that may sound, but take us through your process and how you get from something acoustic to like Father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like it's kind of like a really helpful for me being a guitarist. Like I've been playing guitar plus 10 years right now. I'm 26. I've been playing guitar plus 10 years, which has been like since I guess middle school, early school, whatever is that. I even forgot when I started. But what I do usually, I start with a chord and I just start playing on the scale. I don't even go technical. Like I don't even think about, is it a minor scale or major, or is it like a triads or whatever it is. I don't even go into the whole thought process. What I do, I just basically start playing something, and then it just from there, whatever comes up. I have my handy dandy cell phone beside me all the time, and I'm constantly recording. I actually, like a couple of days ago, I was looking back to my old phones, and like even the phone that I'm using right now, and I counted how many riff ideas I have or song melody idea I have. It's like close to 1,000. Like, because I'm constantly every night whenever I'm sitting down with my guitar, I'm writing something. I'm putting out. It doesn't matter if it's really good or really bad. It doesn't matter. I always try to make sure that I record them. So that's my process that first I start. So, and when I'm writing the song, I do not think about melody yet, because in my head, it's the instrument that's the power. Melody will come too, but I feel like the instrument does have to play a little bit of more power in it. So that's where I put more ideas and more thought process. Okay, if I'm doing a verse here, what the riff for the verse, how it should be sounding like, which way it should be going. Should I be changing the progression? And that's the time that I started structuring. And you know what? After that, I closed that file. I call it file. So I closed that file. I close that file, throw it away. I don't listen to it for like almost weeks. And then all of a sudden, there will be a day that I always kind of go back and I will be like, hey, you know what? I wrote something a couple of days ago, and for some reason, it's in my head because I'm humming something, because I started humming on it. Like, for example, the Father, same way. Father, I wrote the entire riff and everything on like basically one night, and then I didn't work on it for like 3 months. And finally, one day, I was sleeping. I just got up. Like, you will think like when you get up, you just like don't want to get up from the bed. But I started humming. I was like, na 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 na. I'm like, oh damn, that works. So that's how the melody later on I bring in. So melody piece, like I guess everybody has their own ways of doing, but for me, the melody is the last piece that I bring in the play. To me, is the structure of the product. The way I see it, it's a product. If you take a product, it has to be better from outside and inside. So think about it this way. If you go to a shop, you see this thing on the shelf. From outside, the box looks pretty awesome, nice. But when you open it, maybe whatever is inside is not good. What you were expecting, it's not the same. So basically, I want to make sure what's outside on the box, how it looks. Inside, when somebody opens it up, what they find in the box, it's still a surprise. It still looks awesome. So that's how I kind of think the whole songwriting process. Yours.
Okay, that's awesome. It's really interesting for me. Now, look, okay, we collaborated on a song for the shot. We still have to finish working on it, but it's interesting as a singer-songwriter to pick the brain of another one on the creative process, because I can certainly say there's a minute detail to creative process without using any theoretical knowledge. You still have it, but without using that, or without letting that get in the way. You let your creative process, without having any minute detail being derailed, and then you put in your process afterwards by letting it fester and letting it birth itself. It's really interesting, and I think this is really, there's a lot of great, valuable information, and anybody who's rewatching this rerun, please make sure that this is great information, download and learn. Not to say that this is the way to do it, but take note with what Zayd's saying, because I have a different process. I'm a technical person first before I create, and then the creative side will then come out, and that's the part that I guess is the cherry on the cake for me. But I wanted to talk about poems really quick. You mentioned that you write your emotion out on paper, and and correct me if I'm wrong, Zayd. You dig in from the darker, deeper side of things, correct?
Yeah. That's where I go in, and I kind of use, like, I try not to go in there more often because it's a really dark place. I find myself when I get in there, I get lost too fast. So I always try to keep it like simple. But yes, I do go down in that path. The way I write my lyrics, it's actually a conversation. It's not any kind of like, like how the poems, or like it's a rhyming one line and like all this structure. When I think, again, when you get back to the lyrics writing, I don't even start thinking about what kind of structure or what kind of melody I need to have there, or maybe this sentence has to match with this sentence. I don't go into that detail. What I do, I think about this way. So for an example, Father, when I wrote Father, it was actually talking to myself, and that's what I try to show it on the music video as much as possible. But the actual thing about my song Father is that the domestic violence is happening. That child is sitting there watching all these things. We do not know what's happening in that kid's mind. We might think, oh yeah, the kid is like, yeah, he or she is 3 or 4 years old. They don't understand what's going on. They're just gonna play and forget about it. But the truth is, a child mind is it's like a vast space. Like it's a really big space. Like there's so much thing and there's so many imagination in there. So that's how the father came out. It was like the first line that I have. Wish I knew it was my mistake to be born to be in this mess. Wish I knew so I could tell you that, Father. Why don't you put a bullet in my head? It's basically thinking that a child watching this violence and thinking that maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's me who have done this. So that line, that sentence, it's actually the child saying in his head to himself. So that's how every time I write a lyrics, that's how I take back myself to a situation that I have experienced or I have heard about it or something like that. I put myself in there and I just have a conversation. What could have gone through my mind? What could have gone through? What would I have been saying in that time, at that moment? And that's where I start writing the lyrics.
Again, lyrics for me I'm completely different, and I think again there's no right or wrong, and I think it's so cool to hear how an artist can where does it come from, because of course when somebody listens to somebody's song, they're going to interpret it. I interpret Father differently than what it's probably come to. People interpret differently. I mean, we just did a song swap in the shot for this last round, and my song was turned into a country tune. It was so bizarre, but super cool to hear it in a different light, in a different form. So same with lyrics. It's really nice to hear where that comes from. Speaking of lyrics and where music comes from, why don't we dive right into your first song for us, my friend? Tell us what you're going to sing and take it away. I'm going to get our technician to turn my camera off and my microphone, so it's all you. And let us know, and it's all yours right now, buddy. Take it away.
Perfect. All right. Let's do this. All right. So the song that I'm doing now, it's called Nevertheless. I should turn this down first. There you go. It's called Nevertheless. This is my second single that I actually released in August. And Nevertheless is a song that it's came from a personal experience, a personal story. Again, all of my songs are based on personal story, personal situation, what happened, and those kind of stuff. So Nevertheless was based on it's based on a really sensitive subject. It's about mental health, obviously, but on top of that, it's having suicidal thoughts. And once I had a dream about something like that, and in my dream I saw that it's not right when that happens. That burden, that dark side passes on to somebody else. Like I have seen in my dreams, my close people are hurting themselves only because I have gone and how that's impacting them. And since then, this song actually came out after that. And to be honest, after that, I did went for help. And I want to, whoever is watching right now or who's gonna be watching a rerun of this show, I want to tell you one thing. If you're having any kind of thoughts, please talk with somebody, talk with your friends, talk with your family. Trust me, they do not judge you. They love you. You are important in this world and you're awesome. You're amazing. Remember that. So with this, I'm going to start my first song, Nevertheless. Falling apart, never denied. What is this? Was it all? Afraid to lose what I love, what I build, what I care. I never believed what was wrong. Never trust what I've seen. I left it inside. Was it there? It's unfolding inside of me. It's killing me. Nevertheless, nevertheless, I won't be inside. I left this place. That's not my home. Walking the path that I forgot, lost in time, lost in the space, words that I kept locked inside, left unsaid, left undone. I never believed what was wrong, never trust what I've seen. I left it inside. Was it there? It's unfolding inside of me. It's killing me. Nevertheless, nevertheless, I moved on from this darkness. I won't be inside. I left this place. That's not my home. I won't be inside. I left this place. That's not my home.
Hey, Zayd. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome, dude. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Right, sorry. I just wanted to make sure we got all technical things going on. Awesome,
Oh man, yeah. Halfway through, I realized that I turned off something, and I'm like, oh, I turned it off. No.
We have big cameras and lights and everything here where we are, and it's like when it never fails. When you add something, you're taking away, and then it's like we got a new cable for this and a new thing for that. So I'm sure you know how it is. Okay, let's go into some fun things here. Some couple of things to get to know you here. If you today, all right, so you're at 38 million streams on Spotify. You have a Juno under your belt, and if you could open up for any artist today, who would it be?
Oh my God. That's a tough question, man. I want to say, I have
And
like
why?
all the.
And why?
It has to be one band or a couple.
Give us one. Your top one that comes to your head right now.
Breaking Benjamin.
Why?
It's like I have met them personally. I had the opportunity to meet them, and they're really humble and nice people. And I grew up listening to their music, and I do listen to their music still. And when I actually met them, I felt like, like it's not only that their song is connecting with me, it's them as well as a person. So it's basically they're being true and authentic, being like to themselves, and that's what I loved.
Awesome. One thing I have to say about you really, the more I talk to you, the more I get to know you, you're very, your genuine connection to the art itself and what it is that you're creating is very evident and very clear, and it matters to you. It matters to be the most important thing. And I think that's one of the really cool things about Zayd and Zayd's music, in my opinion, but you don't have to believe a word I say, because again, it's only my opinion, but that's what I think.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, your connection to the craft that your creative product is unbelievable. I love it. So then let's talk about this then. Speaking of creative aspect, you have told us who you want to open for. So now you have 2 Junos under your belt and maybe a Grammy, and hey, heck, an Oscar. Maybe you've written music for this next movie, and maybe the movie Nevertheless comes out now, and it's this huge blockbuster.
That's an idea. I'm gonna write this down.
I want 30%. No. Okay. Now you have the opportunity to collaborate. Now we know that collaborating as artists, it is extremely important to collaborate with other artists. It is, if not, one of the most important things to do. So now you have all those wonderful awards under your belt. Who are you wanting to collaborate with, and who do you choose and why?
Oh, that will be Skillet. It's a Christian rock band. They're called Skillet. Okay. And the reason I want to do...
I bet you they're sizzling. I'm sorry. Oh, that's hot. How appropriate. I turned that down. Okay. Oh, we thought that was music on our end. He played. No, it was him playing guitar. Sorry. Okay. Whoa. Okay, Skillet, take it away. Tell us why you would want to collaborate with them.
Again, it's the being themselves. Like, they're true to their art. They basically do what they say. Like, they have a really good strong, like being a Christian rock band. They're really strong on their faith, and it's not only that. It's by looking at them you can tell. It's by reading the lyrics and their music you can tell that. And that's what I love. Again, the authenticity. That's the biggest piece to me. Even when I'm writing my own music, that's the biggest piece to me as well. The authenticity. That's really important.
And you know what? You can hear the authenticity in your music as well. So I think that would be a great collaboration. You know what? Are they Canadian?
No, they're US. Both bands are US, unfortunately.
No, well, yeah, maybe not unfortunately. There's great music all around the world. But unfortunately, we won't be interviewing them. But that doesn't mean you can't collaborate with them. So hold yourself to that, because that could be a really cool experience, right?
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
No maybes. We create our outcome. There are no maybes. There are no tries. We know that as artists, we are either going to do it as a hobby or we're going to do it as a business. And by the look of things, what you're doing is moving into the business side of things. And you're doing a very good job of it. So keep it up. Don't sell yourself short, my friend. I don't approve of that. So cheers to you and your success.
Cheers, man.
Okay. Couple of generic questions that I did keep from other shows. So thank you to my technical director in the back there. What was your worst experience in high school? Not music related. Tell me about your worst experience. Did somebody pick on you? Did somebody bully you? What was it? Come on, you dig deep. You write lyrics from this part of the world, right? So
yeah, like for me, high school was a bit difficult. Like I was dealing with lots of different things, but one thing that I if I have to say I hate would be seeing somebody like a weak person get. I don't want to say weak. That's definitely a wrong word to use, because nobody's weak in this world. Right. But that's how I see it.
I agree. But somebody, I fully agree.
Yeah, somebody picking on someone like for no reason, only because that person quietly sitting on the corner and picking on that. That's what I personally hate. Like I'm not gonna say that I never got picked. I definitely got picked a few times, but I was one of those kids that always like, like really grumpy all the time, like quiet, not saying too much, but always in trouble. That was like me back in high school, or even like throughout my school career, school life, I guess. But that is the one thing that I hated, and I hate bullies.
So being picked on, yes, I agree. Quickly, what's your favorite memory to off kilter that?
My entire high school, all of my friends, like that's the beautiful thing.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Before we dive into your second song, I just wanted to pick your brain on what it's all fun and games and dandy and the creative process where we get up at 3 a.m. because we have an idea and we want to jot it down. When we get together and we want to then rehearse it and now get some bed tracks laid down in the studio. Then we get together with the other engineers and then we start laying down all the other tracks and overdubbing and we get all that stuff. Then we have a song. Great, here's your song. So we've created something now, but because it's a business, there's pre and there's post. So tell us, within a couple sentences, Zayd, what are some of your most important tips as a marketer for pre-marketing a song, and then it comes out as the release? And then what are a couple of your tips as a post-marketing? Because like you even said at the beginning of this interview, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be doing this even for the next 2 years to keep marketing. And that's one of the most important things, is to keep marketing a single after it comes out. That's the work. The fun stuff has happened. Now you have to do the work. So tell us in a couple of sentences, what are your pre-marketing tips and what are your post-marketing tips?
Number one, think it as a business, as a corporation, as a brand. Don't it's not only a music, it's a brand. It's who you are. From what are you wearing, how are you standing in front of the mic, to how you're talking to your audience, to like putting your merchandise out. Everything you have to plan, like everything, because it's very important.
So then what are a couple of things, what are a couple of things that were really important to pre-plan before the release comes out? Give us 3 important things that are important for pre-release.
To me, will be pre-release all the promotional items. That's one of the biggest thing for me. I do scheduling. So I like basically I call this 40-day plan. So what happens that 40 days before my release, I start posting things, and my post is already like measured, timed, what kind of hashtag, what post it is, to when and where I'm gonna post. Everything is connected. And just like your song is a story, your post should be a story as well, so that it builds up the momentum to your release. So you're building up that momentum to release. Now you released it, good. But guess what? It's not time to sit back.
No,
now
exactly.
This is the time when you have to basically like cancel all of your plan for a week. That's fine. Cancel all of your plan. Go on your laptop. Stop creating music for that week. Don't think about writing song. Get into marketing. I find it's very hard as a creator that stop the creation and then just focus on marketing. But you need to understand, you're a one-man army. You need to have that like divide in yourself. You have to divide yourself there.
Okay, so we got that. But what are 3 things? What are 3 post things that you like making sure that you physically go out and do interviews with radio stations? Like, what are some things that you have done? What are your tips to get you to over almost like you're sitting? You're sitting at 400,000 on some platforms,
400, yeah.
Like
400 on Facebook and 300 on
you're
YouTube.
close to 1 million here. Let's just do that. So, what is your 3 post mortem tips for us?
I guess that will be connecting with the audience from similar music band. So people that I listen to, the band that I listen to, they influence me. So I talk to them, connecting with them, and actually don't be ashamed of saying, hey, can you check this out? Hey, this is my song. Can you please check it? Don't overthink this. Just do it. And other thing is, number 2 will be pick up the phone, call everybody possible. Like radio station to TV channel to everyone. And
so you physically pick up the phone rather than contact email.
Right. Because sometime you will message radio and you were never gonna hear for 2 months. So 100%. Right, you need something solid right now. And I find that when you actually pick up the phone and talk to them, it actually creates a good impression on them. And the next time when you send something to those people, they are like, oh yeah, I know you. Here you go. We're gonna pick up your song. And also do emails, like send out emails, like blogs. Yes, blogs are not as big anymore, but guess what? Here's something called Google Analytics. Nobody knows you today, but if somebody searches you on Google and doesn't find you, then that's a problem. So as many blogs or websites your name can show up, your music can pop up, you will take over the Google Analytics. That's the simple.
Girl, that's what we want. We want to take over Google Analytics.
That's all.
Speaking of taking over, why don't you take over the Zoom interview and bring us into your second song, my friend?
Yes. So the second song.
Tell us a little bit about it quickly and sing us away.
Yeah. So the second song is actually my debut single. I went to the opposite way. So the second song is my first song that I released back in March, and this is called Father. This has been an amazing song, and since it's released, everyone picked it up so well. Everyone responded to it so well. One common comment that I always receive from my fans was that, hey, like you are speaking my language. This is what I was thinking. You're saying it, and that is the moment that you know that this is the song that you need to write. You've been waiting for. So without going too much in, like taking up more time, let's get into this here. So.
Wishing you so could tell you that, Father, why don't you put a bullet in my head? Now it's too late, nothing is wrong. Don't let it bother you. Haven't you learned from your empty past? Haven't you learned I'm to blame? Why don't you take my hand and show me how I was I'm to blame? Why don't you leave out the rest? Your head, wishing you oh my God.
Can you hear me there? Am I still there? Curtis, can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. You're good.
My computer froze. Hold on.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? Bring me back. We can definitely hear you. You are doing fine. We can hear you.
Okay, say something.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, now it's good.
Good. Take it away, buddy.
It froze. So I'm gonna take it from the second verse then.
You take it away.
Let it out. Let it out, let it burn. Let it touch, let it feel ya. Let it be inside your head. Let the demon play the game. Wishing all now, Father. Wishing what you desire, Father. Let the voice guide you to your right.
Awesome job. Zayd, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it. I don't know what happened there. Like
No worries, man. We kept your computer may have froze, but we still got the feed, so we still kept hearing you. It was good.
Okay, that's good. Because I was like, why I am frozen on the screen? I'm like, what's going on?
You know, I'm very lucky to have about 3-4 people on the other side of these cameras and lights working all the technical stuff. But even then, you know, we still have all these things that we need to learn about technology that we grow as we go. So you made it through. So awesome job. Zayd, we're getting close to our hour, but before we do, my friend, where can everybody who's going, this is going to be, this is available on Facebook. It's going to be coming out on our new YouTube channel and other wonderful places. So, but for all of us who are going to watch this again, as it's going to be up forever, darling, tell us where we can find you on your social media and Spotify. What's your handles? Where are you?
Okay, you can find me everywhere. Social media, everywhere I'm there. And I use the same username. That is, this is with the IZ, Zayd. So instead of is like IS, it's IZ. So it's this is Zayd.
So that's 2 Zs, right?
Yeah.
Zs. So yeah, awesome. And that's at everything. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
everything.
Spotify, YouTube, you name it, right?
Even Twitch, even like my website, everything is that. Like if you type that, it will pop up.
And that's a very important thing to know. So artists out there, please make sure that you are very congruent on making sure that everything you have on social media and anywhere as an artist that we can find you. Zayd, leave us with a little bit of advice. Leave us with a piece of advice for today from your end of Saskatchewan.
All the artists out there, I want to say, keep on dreaming, keep on going for it. Don't listen to somebody saying, hey, you're not good enough. Don't listen to that. That's not right, because you are good enough. You are. So go and kill it. Be that awesome musician.
Awesome. Thank you, Zayd. It's been a pleasure having you on tonight's show, and I cannot wait to get this out and share it with everybody. Please make sure you share it as well and tell everybody to share it and like Chattin 88s, and we'll keep it going. We'll get you to bow out gracefully and end yourself from the meeting, and then we'll just finish off here. So thank you so much, Zayd, for joining us today, buddy.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. Your team are awesome. They're doing an awesome job on that other side.
They certainly are. Thank you so much, Zayd. We'll finish here and you bow out.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good night. All right, folks. Zayd was our guest tonight, and if you happen to be just tuning in for the last couple of minutes here, that's okay, because you can watch the rerun. He's shared us some of his amazing music and tips and tricks in order to get some views out there and to help promote himself on anybody in any music industry, any artist in the music industry. A couple of things I have for you here. This is a great hat, and there's a lot of really good things about it. It's a great idea, and I think that as a team, we're all coming together. So please make sure that we do this. This is an absolute amazing idea here, and this is the advice I have for you today. Keep your face always towards the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. Oh, thank you for tuning in today. Oh, Chattin 88s, that's great. 'Cause we have a guest every week. 'Cause spending time with me is the best. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fabulous evening. Until then, see you.